Hey everybody, Asher here. It is a new season, and we are just going to be doing something a little bit more fun or interesting. I guess I could almost say fun or interesting. I've been a little bit surprised. Maybe it's just because of the rank 15, rank 14 metagame. Who knows for sure, but I've been playing an insanely greedy, stupid, dumb deck, which you can see posted on the right-hand side. It is Reno N'Zoth Dragon Paladin. Aptly titled on here, this won't work. Sadly, or interestingly enough, I've climbed better with this one than any of the other meta decks out there. Dragon Warrior, for instance, some of the other ones. So we'll see how this goes, how long we can ride this train. I just want to go ahead and hit the refresh button, make sure the stream is going through okay. Now, I can't say for sure what the strategy is for this deck. It's a control paladin to a point, so we've got a lot of things and a lot of tools that we can do. We want to get some early game. I'm okay. I've found some success keeping Twilight Drake, so I am going to hold on to it. An early Doomsayer's good. An early Blackwing Technician's good. The reason there's a lot to go into with why I make a deck like this, and part of it is, let's be honest here, I just wanted to play a deck with Deathwing Dragonlord. I mean, let's just get that out of the way right now. I wanted to see if I can make something work, and I thought, you know, if I can just get to the late game, good things can happen. And it seems like so far, if he has no turn 1 play and he's mulliganed his entire hand, we could be in some shape right here to at least not get overrun. So it looks like we may not have a play until turn 4, which is alright. I don't have to drop an early Doomsayer. He could also be playing an Astral Communion deck, which is quite exciting in its own right, so we'll just keep throwing tokens out there. He does have the coin. If he got Communion, that's great. This is going to be a very interesting matchup. Regardless, I do have Deathwing in my hand. I prefer to pull Deathwing from Deathwing Dragonlord, and I have lived that dream a few times. So let's see what we got here. Coining into... Please, it's not Astral. Is he ramping a crystal? He is. Okay. So now our goal is to play some of our overcosted minions. Or not overcosted, undercosted minions. Like, technically he can swipe trade into this, but it's turn 4 and I haven't done too much else to put pressure on the board. And that's where this is kind of a nice departure from other decks that I've been playing lately. Which is that, you know what, I don't really care about some of the stuff here, but I also have to be greedier with some of my moves. Like right now, I don't have a solid board clear unless I use Doomsayer or Pyromancer Equality. However, I can trade into this board and keep board control with using Consecration. But by the same token, if I do that, then I'm in trouble because, well, how do I put it? I'm in a little bit of trouble just because I lose one piece of potential board clear. B, he can still clear me with Wrath. So I think the stronger play here for this deck, I'm so used to just, like, let's make the trade, let's clear all the minions, because I've spent a month pretty much playing tempo. We're not doing that this time. This time we're reducing the cost of our dragons. I do have Deathwing in a pinch if I need to go there. Hopefully I don't. Okay, so is he going to just hero power this? That suits my purposes okay. I actually have a decent brand play here. Now, Brand's an interesting... he is one of the cards that I've debated sort of cutting in and out of the deck. He combos well with Blackwing Corruptor, Earthen Ring Farseer, Blackwing Technician to a lesser extent, Twilight Drake. But getting multiple card draws from the Azure Drake and getting the board presence is pretty good. He hasn't used a lot of removal yet, and I kind of want to draw into some of my clears if it comes down to it. My turn 7 play right now is looking like a pretty vanilla Sylvanas. Let's do it. Typically you want to use this to get some of your late game dragons out, but if I can make a board like this and at least put something on board, we draw Ysera. Not awesome, but alright. Ysera, definitely one of those cards that I haven't gotten too much use of yet, but this is a super greedy deck. It runs 3 10 drops. 3. Is there any universe in which 3 10 drops are necessary? Well, perhaps in a world where Bog Creeper gets played. Alright, now I could potentially Well, there's a lot of things I could do. I still think Sylvanas may have been better last turn too, as a little bit of a deterrent. But we'll play her now.
I have no time for games.
And we don't have too much else to do. He actually hasn't done any damage to me yet. So Bog Creeper, what kind of deck are you? Or are you a deck looking for a home? Because right now Light Lord doesn't do a lot for me. Ooze doesn't do a lot for me. He's actually making that trade, which concerns me. You usually want to make that trade if you have a way to remove it. So he did. Question is, does Bran and or Drake survive? Undefeated. Oh my god, we lost a joust with this deck. Holy cow. That is a disappointment, to say the least. Alright, now I don't want both these guys to die. I'm just going to overdraw at this point. I only run one weapon as well. Options. I guess for all intents and purposes, Light Lord's probably the best thing to drop at this point. Because I'm going to need to start clearing some stuff out of my hand. Alright, let's see what we can get here. It's all experimental at this rate anyway. Oh, good. So he is actually playing an Astral Communion deck. He just didn't draw his Astral Communion, which means we really need one of our board clears here before too long. Alright. How do we want to do this then? Because we got 9 mana, we can do a little bit of tradesies. We do actually have some good answers. But I'll say this is a nice way to start the day at least. Well, we don't need the Earthen Ring here, because Light Lord's just going to heal himself. I guess we fight for the board a little bit. That's amazing that he's running an Astral Communion deck and he hasn't actually hit me yet. Maybe Ysera would have been a better challenge there, but like I said, I want to clear some cards out of my hand in case it comes down to it. So he can trade into there. If he doesn't trade, I can trade certain ways. If he has another North Sea Kraken in his hand, what to do? You got good things, but this is Super Greed versus Super Greed. I might be the greedier one here. Alright, can we find 2 more damage? We didn't find 2 more damage, but that's okay. We could Deathwing here, but drawing Reno and N'Zoth, that kind of takes away 2 of our win conditions. Ysera is about as good as we're going to get here. And I'll just go ahead and trade these as well. Alright, Dream. That's actually an amazing card versus this kind of deck. I am really going to want to get a board clear at some point before too long. So there's Yasiraj. And he draws Mirekeeper. That's lucky for me. Alright, now we can't let Yasiraj stick around. But we don't have a lot of options. Well, I guess the first thing we do is just Dream. We've only gotten Sylvanas so far. It looks like I'm not going to need the full suite of healing here. So I could just... I think this may be the crazy play, but I'm going to go for it anyway since we have Reno in hand right now. Good, we got a quality Consecrate. We are going to need that in just a minute. Right. And we did not overdraw. Yay! Good stuff. So Nightmare, very good for this little token. what big guy you got as well. Second Kraken. Oh, I did overdraw. Crap. Well, Doomsayer's not very good in this matchup anyway. It's better to prevent the aggro, so we definitely need to play some cards now. I think Equality Consecrate's fine here. Yasiraj is one of the really big things here. So let's do the order correctly. I mean, it'd be nice to Pyromancer, I guess, but then I lose everything. We actually don't really need the card draw right now. In fact, we'll overdraw again if we do. So, and this could actually be a deck where, or a matchup where Deathwing becomes relevant. Let's see, we got Laughing Sister. We actually didn't need the Solemn Vigil that time. Very surprised that I'm the one that's spending more time on the turns. Usually it's the other way around. Alright, so Wrathful 1. Actually got some pretty good mileage out of Ysera this game, so that's a plus. We've still got a pretty full hand, so I don't really want a Deathwing if I can avoid it. Oh, he's running two. So, let's see. Do we get ours? Nope. Okay, I'm a little concerned. Nourish for draw. Okay. That's a thing you can do. Okay, there's two cards he kept from the start, and that has me moderately concerned. There's going to be better targets for Aldor Peacekeeper than this. But maybe not by much. So if I do Peacekeeper this... Well, we've already seen Ragnaros. We know that he's run 2 Northsea Krakens. What else would you run in this list? That's a really big hitter right now. I think I'd actually rather not be bothered by this too much. So let's just go ahead.
Follow the rule.
And this is one reason I'm actually debating running Justicar in this deck, is that... And maybe that would be a good idea. If I ran Justicar in this deck, then we would have lots of little token dudes anytime we wanted here. I am going to keep Fairy Dragon in here as a dragon activator. We still have Twilight Guardian that would need activation. So now this taunt doesn't do as much. I've got more board presence. And he's going to be drawing through more of his deck now. Very surprised. I have a lot of cards that I have not hit yet, and I'm really hoping that what I need is not in the bottom of my deck. Okay, Tyrion's good here. Nightmare's good here. Who do we want Nightmare? Well, can we? It's +5/+5, so we may as well Nightmare you.
I'm game.
Put your faith in the light.
Maybe I missed a lethal or something there. Still don't need to draw cards right now. But we do have Tyrion, which is good. Peacekeeper, you shall not have died in vain. Maybe. Oh, Yogg-Saron. Okay, this is going to make me overdraw. Oh god, it's going to be Deathwing Dragonlord that I lose, isn't it? That will make me very sad. Okay, you're dead anyway. Thank you. Okay, how many cards? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Apparently I'm not overdrawn here. Alright, Deathwing Dragon Lord. Whew, the dream. Let's see what kind of thing we got here. Lots of secrets we can test for. Really don't want it to be mirror entity.
I'm game.
So we'll go like this. Deathwing is going to be our turn next turn. Oh, Effigy. Alright, that doesn't threaten me at all. FaceTime. I run Reno Jackson and you do not, and this game is taking an exceptionally long time. But once again, we're not climbing efficiently, we're climbing funly, and it's... Okay, a Yasharaj Druid is supposed to be the greediest thing out there, but I think I've actually got them topped. So let's see. Because if he pops this, I really like being able to get Deathwing just out there. Mulch. Did he just mulch Deathwing Dragon Lord? He did! And I got Major Domo. Right. Yep, that's how games end. Living the dream. There we go. We are on a win streak with this deck. I played off camera, obviously. I'm not supposed to be climbing. I was supposed to just laugh at this deck and then try again some other time. But then again, rank 14 meta, serious business. On the one hand, I feel a little bad beating someone who's playing a deck like that. On the other hand, isn't this the range of ranks that I'm always like, I love this because all the decks are so weird and different. I guess mine is defeating the early rank meta in that case.